Hello, I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Thank you to the Federated Conservationists of Westchester County's Student Network for hosting this important summit, the Youth Climate Action Summit. Each of you are passionate student leaders dedicated to making a difference in your environment and preserving the environment for future generations. I applaud your efforts. I want to share with you some of the initiatives that we're taking at the county level of government. The largest challenge facing us now and for generations to come is and will be our climate. I believe that providing for infrastructure to promote and support electric vehicle use will lead to improvement of the county's air quality and reduce the county's production of greenhouse gases. The proposed legislation would require charging stations to be installed in newly constructed or reconstructed parking garages and open parking lots owned by the county, and in certain cases, those receiving Westchester County funding pursuant to provisions to be included in certain county contracts. Westchester County has been designated as a bronze certified climate smart community by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. The county was designated a bronze certified climate smart community in recognition of its exemplary leadership in creating a more sustainable and resilient future for Westchester's communities and their residents. The Climate Smart Communities program supports and spotlights local governments in their efforts to combat climate crisis. In April of 2019, I created the Climate Smart Communities Task Force to guide the county's approach to identifying environmental priorities and engage in the rigorous process of certification. In order to earn bronze certification, a locality must earn 120 points based on the actions it has completed to mitigate and adapt to climate change. Westchester County surpassed this threshold significantly, submitting and earning a total of 140 points. Thank you all for participating in this summit. I know you will continue to do great things.
Jones. It is so great to be with you all today at an event bringing together many of the young people in our community, taking action on climate change. As you all know, climate change is the urgent crisis of our generation, and we are already seeing its effects in our community. Severe storms and flooding, like what we experienced with Hurricane Ida, are a reminder that addressing the climate crisis is not something that we can postpone any longer. In Congress, I'm proud to be in the fight for bold climate action, and I'm inspired knowing that I am in partnership with all of you. Young people are leading the fight for climate action, and no generation has more at stake. Young people have led campaigns, inspired their friends and family members, and taken their voices to the streets. This advocacy has pushed the movement forward, and I encourage you to keep on fighting. When I first announced my run for Congress in 2019, so many people told me to wait my turn. They told me that I was too young and inexperienced to make a difference, but they were wrong. I am sure many of you have heard similar things, that you're too young or inexperienced for your voices to matter. But those people are wrong too. Young people have changed the conversation on climate action and have pushed forward legislation like a Green New Deal, a resolution that now has over 100 supporters in Congress. But not everyone understands the urgency and the importance of climate action. Even as the climate crisis worsens, efforts to entrench fossil fuels remain strong. The Environmental Protection Agency's ability to regulate greenhouse gas emissions sits in the hands of the far-right conservative majority on the Supreme Court, a court whose majority has shown more interest in protecting corporate power than ensuring we have a livable planet moving forward. And not a single one of the 50 Republicans in the United States Senate believes we should pass the $555 billion in climate investments that were included in the House version of Build Back Better. Meanwhile, the voting rights of Black people and other people of color and young people, folks who are most impacted by the climate crisis, are under assault in a way not seen since the Jim Crow era. So the path forward is challenging, but it does not mean we should give up. Instead, it means we must recommit to this fight and bring more people into this movement. It means that we must continue to educate our peers and our family members on the urgency of this crisis. Call our elected representatives and remind them that they are fighting for us instead of fossil fuel companies. And work to elect climate champions up and down the ballot. I need reinforcements in Congress. So I am so honored to be a partner in the fight for climate justice with all of you. And I just cannot wait to see how you continue to push this movement forward. Thank you, and let's get this done.